What's up, my brothers from another mother? Got a request, a sponsored video today. Let's hop straight into it. Before we do, channel sponsor, the Tactical Soap Company. Guys, if you're showering, which I hope you are, why not use a product that supports the creation of the content on this channel? You guys know what happened with Gillette in the last couple of weeks and how they've, said what they needed to say about masculinity in men. And I encourage you to buy products and use products that, of course, support the men's space and encourage masculinity, not minimize it. Let's hop right into the request right here. He wants his name kept out of it, but I'm assuming he still wants it public, so we'll hop straight into it. He is in a toxic relationship with his girlfriend and has been for many years. Looking back, I've grown and matured significantly since we started dating, and I know now for sure that I want to break it off as I'm not progressing in any meaningful way. I've tried several times so far with no luck. I need some help with this and why I'd like to request a video, okay? I'd like some insight and motivation from you to help me finally break it off. I also like your thoughts on how I could have ended up in this situation. Any tips on how I can prevent getting in a similar situation with another woman in the future? I also assume this may help others facing similar situations. All right, guys. So, of course, he's looking for feedback from you guys in the community. So drop it in the comments towards the end. He says he's 33. He's been in a monogamous relationship now with a 30-year-old woman for the last 7 years. I've known for the last 5, if not more, there is or was very little chance of it working out in any beneficial way. Man, guys just plow on forward and waste so much time on bad spaces they shouldn't be in, even though they know it. However, something has kept me from moving on, and I haven't been able to figure it out. I guess you could say that what I'm stuck on. I apologize for the novel. As a background, I've recently finished No More Mr. Nice Guy, Dr. Sean Smith's book, which is The Tactical Guide to Women and The Rational Male. No More Mr. Nice Guy is written by Dr. Robert Glover. That's a great book, by the way, guys. You should check that out if you haven't. I've also watched about half your Red Pill video list. Okay, so this guy's familiar with a lot of stuff. So this shouldn't be too hard for me to explain to you then. Let's figure it out. We are financially both around the same level, rather high for our ages. When we got together, I'd have rated her around a 6.0 on the SMV scale, while I was around, say, a 6.5. Our initial getting together showed no major issues for the first 6 months. At the time, availability and some shared interests sparked the initial attraction. I would state that for some of the time, a scarcity mindset and the mistaken knowledge that relationships are work and everything be work kept in place. Okay. Also, the fact that she appeared to have literally everything else going for her correct in life, car, career, came from a decent, though divorced family. Since getting together, I've continued to grow professionally through new certificates and job promotions. In addition, I have gotten in the best shape of my life. I'm around 12% body fat, now fairly muscular. I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 6+ years, and would guess that I'm now pushing on 9 physically. I have a brother with special needs, and to some extent, I feel like the conditioning I have that may be playing out dealing with the behaviors shown in this relationship. I have a problem getting mad and staying mad at things I should be because of this. So you got the kindness thing, eh? You're too much of a nice guy. I can see why you read No More Mr. Nice Guy. Okay. Because of this, and this ends up allowing unacceptable behavior to be allowed and forgotten. I have also previously had a number of relationships that ended with some sort of issue, getting cheated on, girls having depression issues and the likes. I'm sure the factors in here, okay. For her, other than professionally, she has not made a single change in herself for the positive that I can think of. So dude's gone from a 6.5 to a 9, and she's hovering around a 6. Okay, I can identify that she has definitely had daddy issues, depression issues, and self-worth issues, which showed up after the 6-month mark. She seems to be able to operate, for the most part, entirely functionally in her professional and social life. When she's around myself or family, she has no problem being rude, pitching tantrums, and being just downright abrasive person. She definitely falls into treating the father well shit test. She definitely fails at treating the father well shit test. Well, any woman that didn't have a father growing up is going to have daddy issues for the most part, usually anyway. Problem is they don't like to take a lot of ownership for it. I have a video on my channel that's very popular titled the 3 types of women that you want to avoid dating or marrying, and one of them was women with daddy issues, and they often come from households where they're raised by single mothers. Whether the father ran off, was absent, was pushed out of her life by the mother, or maybe he was around and just a piece of furniture. It happens, but if she didn't value a man growing up, it's unlikely she's going to value a man and masculinity in her life today. Okay. I feel that maybe my condition of dealing with my siblings has now helped her bad behavior. My mind thinks maybe she can't help it. Maybe it's not her fault. Well, that's what you're believing. I mean, people need to take ownership for the problems in their lives. Not a lot of people are going to do something about it, though. Every conversation that doesn't go her way, she now, or how she envisioned it, leads to problems. Every plan that doesn't execute exactly as she foresaw, every perceived slight, every disagreement, every whatsoever with constant moving goalposts is met with a tantrum. Oh, so this is a hissy fit chick. I've got experience with that. These are crying and yelling, screaming, and used to get me to give in. When that doesn't work, she will try to demean or shame me for whatever. That's default programming, point and sputter, shaming. In whatever way she thinks will give her the upper hand. After this display, I am required to fix the situation by consoling her with proper words, times, and gestures of caring. Dude, I'm not even halfway through your request, your sponsored request, and I'm already tired of listening to the crap you got to put up with. This is exhausting. Why would you live this way? These tantrums are usually coupled with a time constraint or a commitment. So basically an ultimatum, which is a show of powerlessness, essentially. A show or event in X hours, we need to sleep, a reservation, etc. Okay, if I don't fix the issue by then, to her satisfaction, then we will miss the event. To her satisfaction. Dude, you're operating in this woman's frame. This is followed by even more of her crying and screaming and disbelief that I didn't fix the issue, although she is the one who deliberately makes sure that it cannot be fixed in any quick or practical way. However, if I leave, this seems to shut down the entire situation, and she screams and cries for me to come back, basically doing the BPD style push-pull, using "you are the reason I have issue" strategy, while herself being she's not taking any ownership. Okay, so you want to know how to exit this relationship. Obviously, it's toxic as hell. You've recognized it's toxic as hell. You've been living together for 3.5 of the 7-year relationship. It was never your plan to do so. I can already hear you saying you're sleepwalking through life. Yeah, I've kind of already hinted to that. Basically, I've spent the last 6+ years doing what is expedient to fix whatever problem she has and usually cause to avoid further problems so that the issue is over quicker. As I become more and more aware, I realize that my blue pill ways were telling her it was okay to do these things and keep moving the goalpost to perpetuate. Okay, yeah. I feel like I'm her dad at worst, roommates at best. Dude, that's an awful way to live with a woman. Especially, I mean, you're a grown-ass adult, and so is she, and that's not how things, work well. It's just, I mean, you're not even a compliment to each other's life. She just browbeats the shit out of you. I have to fix or weigh in on every problem, question, or concern she has, despite her never taking my advice. One of the recent examples I can think of, we were out of state going to her friend's party. We had reservations at a restaurant, and a few hours before we were going, they were leaving the hotel. I was joking around with her or something. Okay. So, I mean, this is like over and over again. You're just repeating the same sort of thing. She just keeps having spazzes, hissy fits. She digs into you. She's not responsive. Let's talk about the sex. Here we go. We've had sex once in the last 10 months. What the hell? Which was subpar. She was often as an anxiety attack when we were tried previously over the last 2 years. What is the point of this? You are her plow horse, dude. I mean, you're not even having sex. I have taken precautions to ensure there have been no oops. I mean, usually if she's crazy in the head, she's going to be crazy in the bed. But now you're dealing with crazy in the head. You're not even getting any of the crazy in the bed benefits that usually come with that. I have had almost no interest in even pursuing sex from her due to all this. Of course not. You're not turned on by this nonsense. And though she's never been in the reality of overtly sexual, and the same stands for, okay, she did get tipsy recently at an event and blew me after, which was the first time I can think of any recent memory that any sort of intimacy felt remotely validational and not obligatory. My guess is because we were at the event and other women were prior. You might have had some social proof at the event where other women were giving you attention, or maybe men were bigging you up, for example. Now, the odd thing is here, I cannot seem to walk away. You have a problem, dude. Let's deal with that. We're almost done here. Now, the odd thing here is I can't seem to walk away. I'd be happy to be done with this insanity if I could figure out the proper way to walk away without minimal issues. You don't have any kids together. She's not, like you're not even intimate. You're living with a roommate, like you notice. I mean, it's like you're her roommate or her father practically. And she's beating the crap out of you emotionally over everything on a regular basis. Everything else gets worse and better consistently, seemingly better whenever it's near renewing our lease. Aha! You think there's a coincidence? I've tried to extricate myself multiple times and end up getting worn down enough attempting to fix the situation while not leaving. She constantly says we are done or we are breaking up as a threat. Dude, you need to walk. However, okay, let's figure this out. However, I know well that it is a hollow one. We've discussed breaking up in a few rational conversations I had about not working. She insists that I have to initiate whenever it has happened because she can't leave. At times, I have tried to leave, and she plays the crying games as loudly as possible to essentially break me down and give into starting over or trying harder to fix. You guys don't even have makeup sex. Wow. Shortly thereafter, she returns to her normal ways, and like every other issue, it's pretended that nothing happened. She refused vehemently to seek any outside help for herself. Of course, she's not taking any ownership. We already spotted that earlier on, like 5 paragraphs ago, right? Threats of self-harm are sometimes involved on her end, which complicates me extricating myself, but I'm fairly sure the threats are bluff used to her control. Yeah, well, I have spent years trying to change her bad behavior. See, guys, this is what happens when you try to play Captain Save-A-Ho. You want to go and fix the girl. You know, you're going to sleepwalk through life and burn through 7 years of your life with a chick that, I mean, you're not even sleeping with, you're not even sexually attracted to. Dudes, wake up. I feel like I no longer have trouble meeting or talking to women anymore. With the SMV increase both physically and professionally, I'm much more confident. Dude, you're not even confident enough to walk away from the shitty relationship. I even have some plates I'd spin line up once I'm out, but unfortunately, I'm committed until this is done. Our lease is coming up in a few months. I need to ensure that I don't re-sign or waste another year of my life, or her life for that matter. I'm 100% firm this relationship is not moving forward ever. It's as far as it's gone and ever will get. Why can't I bring myself to leave? I assume it's some sort of ego investment or sense of misplaced obligation to her. Any suggestions in getting out? Yeah, Happy to send this Word doc. No, you don't need to send us a Word doc. Okay, guy, dude, like this is simple. The lease is coming up in 2 months. You notify the landlord that you're not renewing. You go find a place now. Start looking for a place now. Sign a lease with a new landlord for a place that suits you and only you. And then tell her that it is over. And when the lease is done, you're both moving out. You might want to see if now you're going to like this is going to cost you a pound of meat. Whenever you exit a psychopath scenario like this, or whatever it is, BPD, whatever it is you want to call it, whenever you exit a scenario like this, there's always going to be a pound of meat or whatever it is that you want to call it on the exit. And you might get stuck paying the lease on your old space for 2 months while you might contract to a new space immediately. But you need to get the hell out of this situation. And nobody's going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. You're a grown-ass adult. You wake up in the morning and you stand on the same 2 feet that every other grown-ass male adult does and, you know, moves through life. Your belief system sucks. Your belief system is telling you that you need to keep serving this chick, this insane chick that's making your life miserable, that you're not even intimate with, and you're burning through years of your life. I've said this before. When you're dead in the ground and you're cold, we don't know what happens, okay? You're 6 feet under, that's it. There's like, you're a perishable item, okay? There's finite numbers of grains of sand in your hourglass, your egg timer, whatever it is you want to call it, that are dropping, and when it's over and done, consider it done. If there's anything beyond that, consider that the bonus round, okay? You've got to do something, and it's on you to make a move for yourself. You've already described through here, step by step, exactly what's wrong with the scenario. You know what the problem is. You've identified the problem. You know that you need to have the exit. Do you just need me to yell at you for a little bit? Do you need some guys to come in the comments and say, "Yo, I was there too, and I was in a toxic relationship, and I found it hard to leave"? Because I'm sure you'll see some of that. I've been through scenarios like this probably in my 20s. Not this bad. At least when there was crazy in the head, there was some crazy in the bed that came along with it, but you're not even getting the benefit of that. What you have is a scenario where you're basically, I mean, dude, like you're a plow horse. You are the worst kind of plow horse. That like you win the award of the year for Plow Horse of the Year on my sponsored request videos. I'm sorry to say that, but like there's nothing holding you back here. You don't have any kids together. You're not married. You don't own a house. You don't have any assets together. You're renting. So why are you still there? Why are you still allowing yourself to be abused? You know, you're going to get out of life what you tolerate. And you keep tolerating this bullshit relationship, you're going to keep putting up with all kinds of crap like this going forward. So it's on you, bro. I'll leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed the response, even though I beat up on you a little bit, but I think you needed to hear it, dude. And guys, leave a comment below. He needs to hear it from you too. What did you do if you were in a similar type of scenario and you needed to exit? Quickly, if you want to make a request like this, it's entrepreneursincars.com/request. Top right of the screen, I'll put a card up. You basically do the PayPal name, email, and then on a follow-up page, you're going to get instructions on how to submit your request, and I'll get an email from you to record a video. If you want to keep it private, if you're doing any kind of request and you want to keep it private, I can do that and just send it to you directly, but you don't get the benefit of the feedback from the community and the comments, so consider that. Again, thanks for your support. Consider some tactical soap, pheromone infused soap, give you a little advantage on the marketplace. Check out with coupon code COOPER to get 10% off. See you guys in the next video. Peace.